This is Lauren Pappas here with Miss Joan Blank of Dreamcatcher of LA. Hi, Joan. How are you today?
Good, and how are you?
I'm wonderful. I am so excited about what you do. It is awesome. You're an equine therapist, is that correct?
Well, I'm actually an equine specialist. An equine therapist is someone that might have a degree in psychology. But I am a certified therapeutic riding instructor and equine specialist. So Dreamcatcher does therapeutic horseback riding for children, adults, and veterans. We have our veterans program, Horses for Forces, and we work with West LA VA and Long Beach VA, plus individuals and halfway houses.
So, what is it that's so special about horses where they're obviously very I mean, I know that I love horses. I grew up across the street from a horse farm. I know they're special, but can you explain, like, what is it? Why are they so sensitive and why are they therapeutic?
You know, I always used to think that horses were just beautiful animals and fun to ride. I didn't realize how therapeutic they were till I was older and started to learn about this incredible profession. And why they are so good for this is that they are prey animals, and they've been around since prehistoric times. Of course, they were the size of little dogs, but as they've grown, they have the most incredible survival skills that you could see. Their hearing, their smell, their sight, their senses are so attuned to their environment and also to humans. Therapy has gone back to Greek and Roman times when they were used even for battle, but they were companions. But because they might not know they might know the name cortisol or serotonin, but if they smell the cortisol, they know that a predator like a human is scared. And maybe if they smell the serotonin, they know that we're relaxed. So they can mirror our emotions, our senses, and that is why they're so good. I've seen things in the arena with horses and individuals that have blew me away.
That is so incredible. I didn't know that. I'm sure a lot of you out there didn't know that either. So, how did you get started doing this? Did you grow up around horses? Did you grow up on a horse farm? What is the inspiration? What's the connection?
It's very convoluted. I grew up riding horses. I lived back in New York, and there was a riding academy around the corner in Forest Park, and I grew up riding. But I ended up doing many, many years in the garment center as a designer. Who knew? And when I retired, I wanted to do something else, and I wanted to try to give back, and I started to volunteer. And I volunteered at a therapy center in the Valley, and I realized I was going to volunteer one day a week, and it was so incredible. And I saw children and adults progressing so quickly that I said, I want to do this. And I went back to school after many, many years and learned the skills. Of course, I knew how to ride, but learning about all the different special needs and knowing what horse to use. Do we need a wide horse? Do we need a narrow horse? Do we need a horse with a fast walk or a slow walk? That's the things that you decide on based on your rider and the input that the rider needs to get. And one of the other reasons why they're so good is that their walk in three-dimensional space is exactly like the human walk. So a child that's in a wheelchair or an adult, they don't, even with physical therapy, they don't get the actual walking exercise. When they get on a horse, because the horse walks almost side to side and front and back, they get that motion in three-dimensional space. It works on their core, it strengthens them, and from the core everything radiates out. So they can control their arms and legs better. and they get that walking movement. So it's really, that's, you know, for somebody in a wheelchair, but we work on so many things like sequencing, and it's good for balance. And I have a list here that I give you an idea of it. The psychological benefits are social interactions, independence, improved self-image. Physical is reduced spasticity, which is very important. Improved gross and fine motor skills, which is also in terms of cognitive multitasking, sensory integration, right and left discrimination. So there are so many things that we teach. Maybe a child needs to learn letters or numbers that may be around the arena, so we'll teach them that. So we try to teach to the rider and their skills and their level.
Well, I love what you do. It is so awesome. How can people find you and follow you?
Okay, well, we are on Facebook, Instagram. Our site is www.dreamcatcherla.com. It's behind us, and there's a telephone number, and we're all over Twitter and all the social media. And I want to thank you so much for giving us this opportunity.
Oh, thank you, Joan. Thank you, guys.